Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Julia Chimuba, in case you're new on my channel. In today's video, we'll be talking about spelling in the PTE. Now, I know I have on the board PTE because this is what I do here on this space. In the PTE, there are 4 modules in the exam, if you already know about the PTE. Now, we have the speaking and the writing. We also have the reading and the listening. Now, it will interest you to know that the writing and the listening would require that you write extensively. You're being tested for your writing skills and if you understand basic English structures and English spellings. Okay, your spellings would also be assessed in the exam, not just in the PTE. In every English exam you're writing, your spelling is very important. You know, these days, because we have abbreviations of words, people make a lot of mistakes when they are asked to give the full spelling of those words. Now, you don't bring in that to the exam. You don't bring in abbreviation of words to the exam, especially if you're doing the writing or any of those tasks here. You don't bring in abbreviations because if you do, you're going to be losing scores. Now, I had done a video like this in the past. I'm going to be putting the link in the description, okay? But this video, I want to give more explanation or better explanation on what you can do. Someone chatted me up recently to say, can I help her with her spelling? And because her spelling, she reckoned that her spelling made her not to get her desired score in the PTE. And I was thinking about it, and really, she actually said the truth, because I went back to the task in the summarized written test and the essay, which is under the PTE writing. Then the summarized spoken test, fill in the blanks and write from dictation. Under the listening, you would need to write, and it means that your spelling too is very important. Now, even if you're going to be writing with a template in the essay, you still need to know how to spell, because if you do not know how to spell, then any word you spell and you don't spell it correctly will be assumed to be something else. Remember, this is a computer-based exam, and the computer is going to mark you wrong if you do not get the right spelling. Now, these tasks are the tasks that your spelling skills will be tested, will be assessed. And let's have a good look at this. Now, in the writing, the summarized written test, the essay, you would need to write, okay? And here, the summarized spoken test, the fill in the blanks and write from dictation, which will also contribute huge score to your writing. In fact, your writing success will depend on this task in the listening. So you would need to spell. Here, you need to spell out words. Here as well, you need to spell out words. Even here, you need to spell out words. And this task alone can boost your score in the PTE writing. So you see the importance of spelling. For this task alone, you have 3 to 4 of these tasks on exam day. So just imagine you making a mistake in all the words that you hear from the computer. It means you're not going to get the mark. Because, for example, if you hear the word deceive and you write I-E-V-E, that is D-E-C-I-V-E, you're not going to be getting the spelling. That is, you're going to lose that whole word because you didn't get the spelling. But if you write it this way, D-E-C-E-I-V-E, you're going to be getting the spelling. So just imagine you failing most of the words in this task. That means that it would affect your writing. It will affect your writing score. You're not going to be getting good score in the writing. This one as well. You're supposed to be writing down the words that you hear. This one as well. So if you do not get the writing proper here, the writing score will be having a big problem. Now, recently, there have been a lot of talk on, did the essay template change? Did the essay template not change? I'm beginning to assume that spelling too can also be a big factor why people are not getting their writing score. I mean, look at this little example here. If you're not getting it right here, then you're not going to get the score, and you're not going to get the score for the big thing, which is the writing module. I also want to touch base here. And remember, in the alphabet, we have 26 letters of the alphabet. Of those 26 letters, these 5 are vowels. And we have the other one, maybe I think about, is it 16 or 17 other letters left? Those ones will be called consonants, okay? Unless you know 26, sorry, 26 minus 5 is 21. The other 21 words will be consonants. Yeah, the other 21 words left, they'll be called consonants. Now, there are certain rules you need to put in place if you need to pass, if you need to know how to spell. There are certain rules you need to observe. And this example I gave here is one of those rules. When you have a C before the vowels, if you have a C, E will come before I. But if there is no C, which is a consonant, then I can come before E. So these are few examples we'll be touching base with in this video today. Now the first example we'll be looking at is this one. I comes before E except when there is a C. Okay, this is a perfect example for this. We have chief, I-E, we have field, I-E, we have grief, I-E, and we have conceive, E-I. Why? Because there's a C here. There's a C here. There's a C here. That's why we're having E before I. Okay, so remember that C is a consonant, but here we're talking about I and E. Okay, so do not get it confused, or do not get confused when you're trying to do this. So remember this rule: whenever you hear a word, whenever you hear the word believe, whenever you hear the word receive, is C coming before the other words, or is there no C before I and E? Once there's no C before I and E, like we have here chief, so you make sure that it's I-E that you put. But once there's a C, you can see the word conceive, perceive, okay? You know that there will be an E before the I. This is one example of how you can learn how to spell. Let's look at another example. Now, this is another example, the CVC rule. So CVC stands for consonant, vowel, consonants. Remember, I've talked about vowels and I also talked about consonants when we first started. So when you hear CVC, simply trying to show you a rule on how you can spell. That's why I explained what IE, IOU were when I started. Okay, so this rule says if you have a consonant before a vowel, then followed by another consonant, it will double the last consonant. I mean, sometimes people don't know that words like swimming, that you need to add double M to it. So let's say, for example, this is sheep. So when you want to write shipping, this is the right pronunciation for shipping and not shipping. This will be wrong. Also, swimming, if you have the word swim, remember this is a consonant, this is a vowel, this is another consonant. This is a consonant, this is a vowel, this is another consonant. Okay, so the word here swimming, you would see you add another M, so that is the double M you're adding to give you swimming. But if you have anything like this, you would not be getting the spelling. So you need to consider the CVC rule when you spell. Remember, when you have a consonant, a vowel, then another consonant, you would have the word, the last consonant doubled. It gives you a clear vision of how to spell words. I hope this makes sense. All right, so this brings me to the end of this video. If you need more spelling tips, just leave it in the comment section. If you have any question, leave it in the comment section and surely I'll respond to you. Remember to follow me on Instagram at English_prep class and on Facebook at English Prep Class. Remember to hit the subscribe button if you're new here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe, it's free. Okay, then I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Just one.